Today I'm sharing the story on my Bud Nosen quarter-scale P-51 Mustang from 1995. But let me take you back to 1978 when I first saw a Bud Nosen quarter-scale P-51 kit. Bud Nosen was an RC kit manufacturer out of Two Harbors, Minnesota, which is near Duluth. Bud Nosen only made giant-scale kits. Back in 1978, my flying pal at that time, Roger, and I and our wives went on a weekend shopping trip to Grand Forks, North Dakota. Our final stop on the way home was McGiffin's Hobby Shop. We had taken Roger's Toyota Corolla, and the Corolla was packed to the gills. 4 adults, luggage, and stuff we had bought. Roger spotted the Nosen P-51 kit on the shelf for sale at $149.99 and was determined to buy it. But the Corolla was extremely full and we had just started into RC airplanes, and a quarter-scale P-51 might be over our RC scale level. So the Nosen P-51 kit was left behind on the shelf. Then in 1995, I saw an ad for some Airtronics cordless servos in the local buy and sell newspaper, so I went to check them out. They were from an estate sale and the son was selling his dad's stuff. I asked what else there was for sale. He said there was a partially built P-51 in the garage. Let's go see it. Hanging from the garage rafters was this quarter-scale P-51 fuselage in bare wood. It looked like a big canoe. The wings were partially built and had the retracts in them. How much, I asked. $200. Sold, I said. At the time, I had just flown my first 35cc gas airplane, an 80-inch Laser 200. So the quarter-scale Mustang was a step up. Next was to buy a Zenoa G62 engine and finish building the Mustang. Another flying pal, Mitch, made a small muffler for the G62. The paint scheme chosen was the RCAF City of Winnipeg 402 Squadron. After World War II, 402 Squadron became a reserve squadron and flew the P-51 Mustang from 1950 to 1957. The Nosen P-51 was completed in 1996 and was test flown at Grabber Green with Tom Gretzinger giving me a hand. Grabber Green is a 40-acre Air Force helicopter training field and ideal for RC flying. The Nosen P-51 turned out to be a great flying model. Here is some footage from a fun fly at Grabber Green.
P-51 Mustang, built from a Bud Nosen kit. It's got a removable canopy. Both planes got G62 engines. This has got a 24-inch bowl prop. Mustang up. Been dry still,
Hey!
In July of 1999, the Nosen P-51 flew at the Mississippi Air Show. This was my first time flying a big warbird in an RC air show, and I was quite nervous. Here is some footage.
Years, and we've dodged the weather, I think, just about every year. Looks like we're going to have a tough time doing it this year, but we're going to give it a shot. Want to thank everybody for coming out this afternoon. No time during the show do we ever want to frighten you. We want to remember that these airplanes are powered by or controlled by radios, and they can fail. So if we have a radio problem, you're going to have to kind of watch the airplane and your little ones. Don't let them get away on you, because if an airplane goes out of control or if the radio fails, we have no way of telling where it's going to come down. So we want to make sure that everyone keeps their spectators and their youngsters in behind that rope fence. Second aircraft off the line, Ken Kellenick flying that airplane. The airplane is a 1/4 scale rendition of the airplane that most pilots would have gone on to in the late 1950s, or sorry, the early 1950s, late 1940s here in Canada. The aircraft is North American's P-51 Mustang. After the AT-6 training, this is the airplane that most pilots went on to. The airplane was a combination of a British Rolls-Royce engine out of a Spitfire, coupled to an American airframe. The British had come over during the Battle of Britain and asked the North American Aviation Company to make P-40 Warhawks under license. North American's Dutch Kindelberg said, "Tell you what, I can build you an airplane from scratch, brand new, but it'll be a North American design, and I can do it in 4 months." The airplane that was a result of that was the P-51 Mustang, and the aircraft that you see in the air is a scale rendition of the D-type model P-51 Mustang. Rolls-Royce engine on board. Ken Kellenick built this airplane. It's built out of balsa wood and then painted. As you can see, it is painted in the City of Winnipeg colors, which is the auxiliary squadrons that we used here in Canada in the 1950s. Would you believe that at Carberry, Manitoba, the last of the Canadian Mustangs were auctioned off for $2,200 a pop? There was about 18 or 19 odd Mustangs, and if you look in all the American magazines, you'll see a Mustang that they were talking about, and they'll say it was ex-RCAF. Those airplanes all came out of Manitoba. I understand there was an American came up and bought the whole works of them back in the 1960s, and he flew every one of them home. This is that P-51 Mustang, fastest piston engine airplane in the world up until the Bearcat took the record away a couple of years ago. I believe that's about a 60cc motor, but Ken will probably correct that when he gets back down. You see it is equipped with retractable undercarriage. That is a big airplane, but it flies very, very well. It's about a 30-pound airplane, and now that sounds like an awful lot of airplane, but it is, but it's a big wing, and it really does fly like a Mustang. You hear the snarl of that prop as he comes on the downwind leg, which gets that prop up over Mach 1 on the wingtail, and the tips of the propeller blades. Ken's dropping the gear now. He'll be bringing her around on downwind, and he'll prop her in for a landing. As he comes in on final approach, he's got the gear down and locked, and this is where it gets really tough. We have no instruments to tell us what's happening on board. This is real seat-of-the-pants flying for all of these pilots. We have no instruments or airspeed indicators, that kind of thing, to tell us how fast we're flying. It is all reaction. Pilot standing on the ground, the airplane in the sky. Beautiful landing. P-51 Mustang, quarter-scale airplane. Ken Kellenick flying that airplane. He's down on final, and he is taxiing back. Beautiful, beautiful rendition of a P-51.
After 3 years of flying a Nosen P-51, I sold it to Colin Kennedy in Saskatchewan, who repainted it in USAF colors. Thank you for joining me on this trip down RC memory lane. Cheers.
This has been a KPK Air 18 video production. Thank you for watching.